Well, hello. Welcome to the Zero Channel. That's right, the adult side of KRAZTV.com. The book today, The Kings of Big Spring, God, Oil, and One Family's Search for the American Dream. It's a very interesting book. I checked everything else into the library, and I kept this, and it took me a week to read it. I just was fascinated by the story. I kept waiting to see if they would get ultra wealthy. Well, these people were dirt farmers way back. Now, this was way before oil was ever discovered in Big Spring. Talk about the grandfather coming out, and they went to different places. This is by Bryan. We got this book at Pima County Public Library. He's the author of The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, and written with William Kamwamba. He's covered his time in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and he lives in Austin. So this guy is actually a Texan. Has done his homework. He's a good author. And he doesn't sugarcoat his truth or the family truth. He tells a lot about, well, I don't know if I would write everything about the people in my family like that, but he did, and that's why this is such a good book. So, well, they were big members. The mother was in the church and all that, kept the pap from straying too much. Sometimes they got into drink. Then he had a friend that got big into oil, and he hired him, and then, well, he didn't do the cocaine, but the guy that owned the company started doing cocaine back in the 80s or whatever, because they were rich. And then he went bust. Grady did, the guy that hired him, and then they came back, and, well, eventually he died young at 54, Grady did, but his father went on. So anyway, Bryan, you've done a grand job of telling about, well, how you lived and what Texas was like in the 50s and 60s. And it was Big Spring. I've been there a lot of times. I've been to Midland and Odessa, so I can, yeah, the air does smell like sulfur. And they said, well, that's the smell of money, baby. Anyways, it's called The Kings of Big Spring, God, Oil, and One Family's Search. Is Bobby, that's his father. Religion is only an agent for rebellion. But anyways, they talked about where they're flooded with roughnecks, money, and vice. It says drilling rigs rise along the pastures, and poor men become wealthy overnight. So, Grady Cunningham, his friend, is one of the newly minted kings of Big Spring. He's the guy that went up and down and had the planes and spent money like mad. So anyway, read this book. We got this book at the Pima County Library, and we hope you'll read books like this. It's a book about America. Anyways, thanks for watching. And if you can, please donate to us over at KRAZTV.com. Goodbye.